Today's episode is brought to you by being unemployed and going to open mics in the middle of the day with a surprising amount of other people there. First, we would reiterate previous comments that dumping trash onto the street and stealing public property for your own personal use are both illegal, antisocial behaviors, and not what New Yorkers do. On top of all that, doing both on camera is incredibly stupid. The New York City Sanitation Department on a woman who went viral for taking a Knicks-themed trash can and dumping it in the middle of the street during the Knicks parade and is now no longer with JP Morgan Chase. Insert theme song here. This is the Daily Sarcast. I give you the news and maybe a laugh. I'm Lindsay Vernick, and today is June 25th, 2026. Good morning. I hope you're surviving the beginning of summer. It's like so freaking hot. So I hope you're putting your sunscreen on and staying cool out there. In real news, the MTA and Amtrak are currently fighting over who gets to redesign Penn Station, and it feels like two agencies who want credit for what we already know will be a shitty renovation. The chair of MTA called Amtrak's partnership proposal bizarre and says that details leaked to the press before he even got the letter. Burn Amtrak. The good news is everyone agrees Penn Station needs fixing. The bad news is that the people in charge of fixing it are currently beefing harder than the Real Housewives reunion. So as of now, Penn Station might get renovated before anyone who works for any of these agencies learns how to use Reply All correctly. REI is getting roasted online after posting an ad on Instagram that very much looks AI generated. The company says the weird-looking image wasn't created with AI. They said that somebody who works for the company accidentally used a Meta AI editing tool when they were resizing the photo and didn't realize that it transformed the image into what looks like a fever dream produced by a robot. Unfortunately for REI, the internet has already made its decision. The comments section immediately turned into CSI artificial intelligence, with people zooming in on every little pixel like they were actually investigating a true crime scene. So the lesson is here, we've reached the point where even if you don't use AI, people assume that you did, which means AI has officially become the glitter of technology. Once it's on something, good luck convincing anyone it got there by accident. The women's national soccer team of North Korea is facing scrutiny after they arrived at a tournament on private jets that were a part of the Ice Barbie drug trafficking network. Yes, that actually really did happen. So officials say the team itself isn't accused of wrongdoing, but this whole thing has raised plenty of questions about how the flights were arranged and who paid for them. And why are those planes in North Korea? It's one of those headlines where every new detail somehow makes less sense than the last. You start reading about soccer, and then 3 paragraphs later, you're in a story involving private jets, international sanctions, and a drug cartel nickname that sounds like a rejected Disney villain. FIFA has a lot of rules, but apparently, please don't arrive on a cartel-adjacent aircraft wasn't specific enough. In Lindsay life, yesterday I hung out with my friend Zoe. Hey Zoe, if you're listening. And we met the most New York way possible. I kid you not, this is how we became friends. When I was working back at the spa at the front desk this past winter, Zoe was getting a massage and she was checking out. And we ended up chatting for like 20 minutes as I was checking her out. And she was telling me how she just moved to the neighborhood and she was looking to meet new people because she's from Australia. Anyway, we like exchanged Instagrams and ended up hanging out. And now we're like legit friends. My mom still doesn't believe that I became friends with someone after checking them out at the spa. But yeah, it's actually very true. Anyway, so yesterday when we hung out, I was like, let's go get coffee and let's take a walk down to Trader Joe's because it's like 20 blocks from our neighborhood. It's so far away. Anyway, it turns out Zoe has never been to Trader Joe's. She's only been in this country now for like 2 months. So she's very, very fresh off the boat. So we walk up to Trader Joe's and I was like, we're here. And she was like, what is this? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean, what is this? Like, it's Trader Joe's. How do you not know? She's like, I've never been. I'm like, what did you think I was talking about when I said, let's go to Trader Joe's? And she was like, I don't know. I just figured it was somewhere that you needed to go, and I was down to come with you. And I was like, yes. And this is why we're friends, because we're such yes girls. Anyway, so I got to give her a tour around Trader Joe's. I loved it. It was so fun. Like, I got to take someone Trader Joe's Virginity with them. And that was also my second time this year doing that with somebody. Like, I don't know what that says more about the world or me. Things taking up space in my brain this week. What I should cook for dinner tonight and all of the other nights. If a guy that I dated for 10 days, 10 months ago will ever call me again, I really need to clean the apartment before my roommate gets home from tour next week. ChatGPT always telling me I'm right, even if I say the sky is green, and how it's literally basically July because March was 4 years long. Cooking tip of the day. Frozen veggies are super cheap and sometimes better than fresh ones. Feedback, comments, questions, and nice Jewish by looking for a date, email me at lindsay@thedailysarcast.com. Thanks so much for listening. Talk to you guys tomorrow.